Think I'm live. Yeah, I think I'm live. Okay, last time I streamed, I was working on this page right here, and it's inspired by a YouTube streamer called Creative Cove. And then during this week, I saw this picture of Gustav Klimt, one of his artwork. I don't even know what it's called, but it's a black cat, and then a lot of these Klimt moulins, flowers, that style. Really liked it a lot. So I thought if we had time today, that I would finish off this panel right here and that one, and then I can start on. At least I should be able to manage the first sketch of this one. So, hi Tori, welcome to my desk, and hope you're having a nice week. But I thought that this one needed a lot more doodling, and I promised not to work on it and finish it off while I'm streaming. So now I think that I just will try and doodle. Oh no. Oh man, this just a bit fat. A bit fat. What about this gel pen? Maybe I can still rescue it. Let's see. Okay, I'm starting over. Hi, Gail. Welcome to my desk. Yeah, maybe this gel pen is a little bit better. I haven't looked at a lot from Creative Cove, so what I remember is a ton of stripes and dots. So I'm just gonna fill in some stripes here and see what it gives me of kind of contrast. And then I actually think that I could add more colors here. So let me try and do that. Hi, Barbara Clark. Welcome to my desk. So it's Friday. This is a watercolor palette from Art and Fly. It's one of those Lindsay the Frugal Crafter enabled palettes. It's okay. It's not like the best, but I really like it on this kind of sketchbook paper here because the colors don't really like feather out a lot. So I think I can control it on this one here. Okay, what color to pick? I got some orange up there. It could be actually fun to take that fluorescent orange I have down here just for the fun of it and see if I can change the color here. Oh man, that's fluorescent. Does it show? No. Oh my god. You know what? It's such a shame that shimmer and fluorescent colors are bad choices if you want to stream because I'm the only one who's getting that the color kick. You know, that's like really vibrant. I think just to be sure, I need to add it up here somewhere, just so it's represented somewhere else on above this plant up here. Just gonna let it feather out. Okay, now that's a little bit harmonious. Oh man. You can see that it's bright. Oh, I'm glad that you can because to me it's like in your face bright. And that's what's so fun about these. It always makes me think about Art by Mylene. You know, her color palette is fluorescent and bright and really, really bright, bright, bright colors. Okay, what else? We have like some sort of a purple here. I actually have a purple fluorescent over here. So let's see how that is gonna work out. Maybe here. But this paper is like super dry because I haven't worked on it for a whole week. So it's just a nice way when I lay things down, they kind of don't feather out. But if they do, you can just pick it up with a brush, you know. Maybe I should try and do just this area here. It's gonna be a little bit upside down. So, how is everyone doing? I'm super tired today. So exhausted. Yeah, I feel exhausted. You know what I did before I turned on the camera? I was watching Tour de France and I was just laying on the couch, so I got nothing to be exhausted about. But I'm still, um, I hit that sweet spot where I could fall asleep on the couch. So I had to really kickstart myself to be able to just stream, you know. Okay, it could be fun with some bright yellow. I'm just gonna mess this one up because we went from one particular color palette and then now I'm switching over to this fluorescent. What's that? There's something resting on my palette. It's one of those rainy, muggy, heavy air days at your place. Oh, we had rain all week. Literally all week, like every day it rained. But in a way, it's okay because, like I said, we are really following this Tour de France at the TV. So I don't feel guilty about sitting indoors during summer when it rains. Then I feel that, okay, I'm not like wasting precious sunlit hours anyway. Um, but yeah, otherwise, I remember last year we also was watching a ton of Tour de France, and it was because our Dane Jonas Vingegaard had the yellow jersey, and blah blah blah. So we suddenly it's just like it's fun to watch when one of your countrymen is in the race, right? But I actually felt kind of guilty last year because it was such good weather, and they because of the time difference it's shown in from midday until 4 o'clock, which means that when it's finished, you literally have to sort of start dinner or something. So time just flew spent inside indoors, and it kind of made me feel a little bit bad. I think I would like something brownish here, or definitely another color. What should it be? Okay, maybe I should just go crazy and pick this one. Now I'm introducing yet another color to this. Yeah, they kind of sparked it up a little bit. I think that it should dry so I can come back and see if I want to doodle on it. I probably will. But lucky me, I got this panel over here that I can continue working on. Whoop. Hi, Kathy Arbor. I really loved and enjoyed your stream. I had to watch the recorded because of the time difference, but I really loved your abstract mixed media page. It turned out really nice. Okay, this one I need to doodle on. Um, I think I want to do a plant since I got like the crust of the earth almost here, right? So I'm taking my microns because they should be like waterproof, so I can come on top of it without it bleeding out. Hmm. Should we do the exact same or what? Okay, I'm just gonna do something else. Inspired by these crazy flowers here, I think I think I'm just gonna do that with like really thick stems. Just for the fun of it. Whoops. And then it could go underneath the soil like roots. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like that. Maybe a little crazy line work. So it's not like one line. Okay. There was a lot of roots. I need another one. Okay, let's just take three flowers. In this style here. Okay, don't tell me that you cannot do this at home. I think, oh, it looks funny when you're doing like a zigzag on the stems. Gets a little bit I don't know, Dina Wakley stylish. Yeah. Leave it up to me to just steal from everyone. Just take the best of what I see, and I'm so bad at giving credit. But I think most of us are watching this, sort of the same artist. So if I forget to say who I get inspiration from, maybe I'm lucky that someone else has showcased something recently. Okay, roots. Maybe some leaves. Let's see. Uh, Hi, Dar. Welcome to my desk. And Safia, hi. So the whole gang is almost here. Do we need just one leaf? Like, I'm just gonna keep the shapes like really easy to do because sometimes simple is fun, you know? Like, I just think it is. Could it be even more fun to introduce another medium like oil pastels? Okay, let's try it out. I had to say it, so I have to do it. Okay, we got, what do we have? Oh man, I just want to use some pinkish color. So maybe I should do like yellow, orange in the center here. And then let's try some yellow. Yeah. Crayons is a good pick for this one because it's like playful line work. So just adds to that playfulness. And maybe some purple. I wonder what happens if I come in with some white, just suddenly introduce. Yeah, kind of make it more whimsical, I think. So it looks fun. Maybe some blue over here. And do we have like a, should we try like a red? Yeah, I like that. Very choppy white pastel just on top of it. Okay, this leaf is going to be like this color green down here, and then maybe a bright one up here. And the stem. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry for being so quiet. I was really feeling like a vegetable just 20 minutes ago in in the living room. So I feel that I'm kind of waking up. I'm seriously considering getting some new color twos. I love the new twos. I have oil pastels. I never thought I needed them, but I'm beginning to cave. Okay. Yeah. Is it like new color two or just a new color one? Uh, the thought of highly pigmented crayon top that does not react to water. So it's new color one. Oh yeah. I you know what? I totally get it. Um yeah, yeah, yeah. It's I thought I have also thought about it's a shame that the new color twos are water reactive because sometimes you just don't want it to be, um, and sometimes you forget and then you come on top of your work with matte medium or another wet medium and then you dissolve your layers in intentionally, then it's really hard to push it back to where it was. It's tough to remove and easier to add. So I totally understand why you want to try a non water soluble crayon. Okay, I'm now I'm messing because I want this to be a little bit different than this one. But now I'm sitting here messing with it. I realize that I probably will not be able to come on top with doodle lines like uh, on this one because I would simply just kill my marker if I come on top of this oil pastel, which is also one of those things to think about if you had a little bit of brain capacity. So now I just kind of regret, like, oh man, why didn't I just go with watercolor? But maybe we can make it interesting anyway, hopefully. Yes, just a pure mark. Mm. And the good thing about the new colors are that it's a very durable stick. It takes a long time to wear it down. So if you have the guts for it to sharpen them, like I do with the Dina Weekly sticks, you can actually get that pointed tip, which you may need. But I do understand why it feels like pain to sharpen down a blunt end into a pointy one. I totally get if you think that, oh, it's a waste of product. That's how I felt a little bit, but I don't even recall why I had to do it with these. I think it was because I needed it for something. I was working on something where I needed a pointy stick. Where did I do it? There. My step was oil pastel, and you wonder what if, and that's a totally valid question and exploration. Okay. Yeah, now I'm got the Dina Weekly stick in my hand. Thanks to you. So now we're gonna mix it all up. I really would like something different here. Like, should I just try with a brown? Just in a small area. Maybe mix with ochre. Now I got that little sensation of earth. So I should have like maybe the white. Let me see what happens if I just pick a white area here. Yeah, I'm deliberately going to mess it up a little bit just to get some sort of a messy background. And maybe here we could have some of this ice blue. Okay, now I can come in with the some of the bright colors here. So, oh man, that was a mess. It's gonna be a little bit. Maybe I should get some purple down here. Okay, I'm super curious. I really want to try and do line work. What happens if I scratch on this? Okay, it's not gonna be like totally the same as adding white line works. Hmm. I'm thinking. I can't believe. Kimberly. Okay, maybe I should just grab a colored pencil, maybe. Then I won't ruin a tip. And see if I can do some of the line works like that. Of course, it's not as potent as ink. If I used like a marker, whoops, it would have that specific marker way of looking, which is nicer than this colored pencil. Maybe I should just let this continue. Okay, that looks really weird. There's something off about this area there. Okay, I'm just continuing with the mark making. Maybe switch to a white. It's not totally a white one. It's like a cream. Yeah, if you want to play it safe with the oil pastels, just do colored pencils. At least you won't ruin a tip. Okay, and then up here we have, maybe I should just leave that. Maybe I should go in with the black. Uh, just to sketch up these lines a little bit more. Okay, sorry for being so quiet. Yeah, that's a little bit better, I think. It's still, not so beautiful as Creative Cove would have made it, but it's mine, so it's okay. That is so strange right there. Maybe if I brought some of the dots over there, it can make me not look at it. Okay, I want some pencil work here, also with the dots. Now I'm just into layer, crossing my finger that it will just add to it and not make it totally confusing. Oh man, I felt like I was poking through the paper right there. Maybe a darker. Ooh, yeah, that's. I see that. Okay, I think I should remove it, the tape, so I better can see what we have been making. That's the best part. Oh man, now it's actually cute. Maybe if I had some white over here, like really stark white. I'm just going with these dots. They really show up nicely. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, it's actually cute. I mean, once the tape was removed, it looks more collected. Then I really liked it. I think now, when I had the tape on, and since I was working with oil pastels anyway, I could have smeared out some sort of a black edge right there that could have looked so cool. So, just to be annoying, let me reattach the border. Not going totally crazy, just add one dark corner. Let's take it up and see how that works. Hi, Marta. Welcome to my desk. Yeah, I like that. I like that extra doing. So, oh, thank you, Tori. The bold colors and mix of patterns. Yeah, it's very fresh, like refreshing to look at. I think I want to play more with this Gustav Klimt cap that I painted this week. So I think I should venture into showing you guys how I did this now. It's a bit of the same style, like not totally, but hey, we can just do these flowers. They were quite simple to do. Hi, Anlar. Welcome. uh, let's see. Am I missing? No, I'm not missing anything. I have to be better at checking chat. Oops. Okay, what I did, which was different from whenever I work with something, is that I actually taped my paper down to my desk. I rarely do that, but it was like a fun way of working. So let's pick a paper. Oh man, since we are going to have like this green yellow background, maybe I could actually try and pick a paper similar. Is it more yellow? Mm, it's a bit tough to hit that exact same. I'm thinking about this one here. Yeah, let me try. I very rarely paint on top of colored sheets. So let's just for fun see how opaque the cat can become. Okay, I totally taped it down to my desk. So it didn't go anywhere. It just stayed put. Okay, now the trick is to get it somewhat in the frame of the camera. Okay, it's gonna be wonky. Oops. There we go. Better. Time to get supper ready. Yep. Have a nice dinner. I'm really tired today, so I'm not so talkative. So it's gonna be like a long session for you guys. But talk about dinner. My hubby had birthday, like birthday week almost. So yeah, you can have something called buyer's remorse. I think I have like eater's remorse. Oh my god. And maybe that's why I feel so, you know, really not the greatest today. You see, maybe I should tell you guys about a Danish tradition, and it's you could call it like a Danish South Jutland coffee table arrangement. Ta-da! Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing, and I don't know if there's any Danish people watching my video right now, but I'm talking about Sønderjysk Kaffebord. And there is a tradition about this particular coffee cake table that I have been wanting to try out for a long time, but never really had the guts to go through it because it's kind of crazy, you know. But this year I outdid myself and then just gave it a serious try, just to come with some historic facts. It was a tradition that started in 1864, where we lost a war and parts of Denmark in the southern border belonged to Germany. Then it was illegal for Danish people to keep their traditions, because they needed to be speaking German and become German people, right? So one of the things that was left and legal for Danish people to do was to meet up at coffee tables eating cake, and you are not allowed to drink liquor. So normally back in the old days they made this thing called a coffee punch, where you took coffee and then put liquor schnapps in the coffee. But since that was illegal, people just went all crazy about cakes. And what they did was that they just gathered up singing Danish songs, and people came with a lot of cakes, a bunch of cakes. So it ended up being a tradition signified by all the many different kind of cakes. So there is this rumor that that this South Jutlandish coffee cake table is divided into two tiers. There's one tier with what they call the soft cakes, and then there's one tier called the hard cakes. And there are 14 different recipes in each tier. So you have like 28 recipes to choose from. And soft cakes is could also be buns, like you can convert this concept into a birthday table, because you start off with the birthday buns, and then in lavkage, what, it's like a two-tiered uh, cake with whipped cream, where you put in flag and candles. So if people are turning like 5 years old, you put like five candles in it so they blow it out. That's a traditional Danish birthday cake. So what I did for my hobby's birthday was that I made this coffee cake table galore. We had buns, we had that tiered cake, we had something called like a Pringle, but it's a Walish baked pastry. And then at the middle section, I served a torte, a sacher torte, which is a whipped cream. Uh, uh, oh man, I don't even know the English word for it. It's a huge cake with fruits on, okay? And then we went to the hard cake selection, which was small cookies. And then we ended up with the traditional hard cookie called nothing, because there is this saying that I'm so full of cake that I can only eat nothing. And then there is actually a Finnish cake called nothing, so I also baked that one. But what I knew that there was going to be like a bunch of cake leftovers when people was done eating, you know. So this whole week we have been like snacking on this leftover feast of a cake, and also because some of the cake included whipped cream, and you know they can go bad. So we were kind of in a hurry to finish off all the cakes with whipped cream. Oh my god. So I've been so unhealthy this week. You won't believe it. And I kind of feel the eating remorse just today, you know, because it's been hot, you know. So yeah, it's not it's not something that I can recommend. But it was fun. I had to try it. I had to try it. Also because I got a lot of tea sets. So I could set my table with very nice china. So I have always dreamed about one day when someone in my family is having a birthday, I want to bake these ridiculous amount of cakes and then set my table, you know. So yeah, and also the guests, you know, yeah, he turned 52. So lots of our guests were like our own age, you know. So it was just a treat for everyone. It was so good. But it was so nice for me to use my china and my porcelain because I got a lot of what do they call it? Like special porcelain to lay cakes on. Um, they look like this. And then you put cakes on this. I have a lot of this china down here. And I rarely use it because it's so difficult to hand wash them, and some of them don't go into the dishwasher. Cake stands. Thank you, Tori. And I've just been dying to use my cake stands. I have two towers for muffins. It was supposed to be used for muffins, but I was able to tower up the small cookies. It looked so good. So yeah, it was just fun to decorate my table like that. Okay, I remember that I used pen pastel to color in the cat because I have to come on top of it with a black pastel to give it more variation in the color. It might not show on the screen, but there actually is a very dark here and then a very light dark here, and then it comes out to like pastel, so it looks a little bit fluffier. And it's very difficult to get that fluffy with the oil pastels. So when I work on top of pan pastel with my oil pastels, I can get that in between look of something fluffy and then hard strokes that are opaque and will cover everything. I hope it shows up. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and do that with this one. Okay, maybe I should set them like this so you can see. Let me see. Okay, my birthday end of this month. Get baking on it, like Lena. it was it was an old dream of mine. I don't. I think it's a Danish thing. Have you guys ever heard about something like that? Like the ultimative coffee cake table kind of thing. But we got a lot of Danish like um, pastry stuff in our country anyway. So maybe it was just an excuse to set up this arrangement where you used multiple pastries at the same seating. And some of our pastry are not that difficult to make. I mean, we're not talking about the croquembouche bouche from France, when you have to make a ton of profiteroles and then glue them together in a tower. So we don't have like really difficult recipes. It's like straightforward. Almost feel like some pilgrimage recipes. You could just imagine that these old cake recipes was from way back, where things were like more rural. Okay, I need to be really careful here because I want to still see somewhat of my sketch underneath here. And then I'm just gonna flip the end so it sticks out like fur, like just flicker. And that's how I get that fluffy look. And then if you can imagine when you come on top of this with, for instance, oil pastels, it just gives a nice mix of something full coverage that's like really dark, and then suddenly a flicker of something furry. You know what? It just occurred to me that it was kind of lucky that I picked out a yellow piece of paper because I want some of the eyes in the cat to be yellow. So if I'm trying to make this as easy as I can for myself, then maybe I can actually manage to finish off this drawing before my stream ends. That would be nice, right? For once, being able to finish. Okay, I think I would like some flickering up here at the cheeks. Oh, that was a little bit too much. Okay, I'm just gonna work with it. Uh-oh, I taped down the paper, so I can't really blow. Okay, what to do? Let me think. Okay, I got a wet baby wipe. I tried to blow off the excess pastel crumbs and then to pick them up with the wet baby wipe. I don't think it was that bad. You think we have the best Danish? Yeah, we have a lot. Oh my god, we have a lot. I mean, our culture is backed up with cake. There's like cake for any occasion. So no wonder that we also have this tradition with that humongous cake table. Okay, I should be smart and then work on the eyes first, I think, because that's kind of the messy part for me. So I'm just gonna try with some white and then add in some greenish color and then see if I can blend it out so that the yellow background will still show a bit. What do we have for blenders? This is just a silicone tip. I think you use it for when you're working with clay, but I like to use it to smear out oil pastels. And even though that I'm careful, I'm grabbing the black pan pastel and contaminate it. But it is what it is. Maybe I can save it with some more yellow. Okay, for fun, I think I want to do some striations. It looks horrible, I know. But the flowers are going to be like so loose and fantasy flowers that I don't even think that I'm ruining the whatchamacallit aesthetic of the drawing. There you go, Dot. You got your eyes in. So, okay, now I'm just going across the face with the dark black pastel, and as you can see, there is a huge color difference, and that's what I like about having that soft pan pastel underpainting. And I am going to smear with my fingers because I'm just a pig like that. And then the chin, we could give the cat like a little bit under lip like this. Okay, we have some pinkish color in the inside the ears. And then I'm just gonna be adding this black around the rest of the ear. And it's like a very fat stick, so it's gonna be messy. No, wait, that was a little bit too much. I can actually scrape it off. Let me see. Yeah, and this is where the silicone pen is coming in handy. I just mark making also. Yeah, it's very soft. I find that when you work with oil pastels during the summer, it's just so soft, like it's almost melting on you. It's not likable. It's like I can better control it when it's nighttime or during winter. Maybe a little bit of highlight on this snout. Oh man, I have to pull my curtains so you don't have that white. Okay, you guys are still here. We almost got the kitty. What to do for whiskers? Okay, I'm just gonna try just for fun. Nope, it won't. Okay, I got another plan for those whiskers. Let me think. I'm thinking, you know what? I think I'm gonna coat this with matte medium and then maybe I can put in some white whiskers on him and it would, just dry quickly. So there's no way that I could use oil pastels to do the cat's eyes. Oh yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. Oh my god, it's really messy. It's it's like a skating ring, like you're sliding around and if I pick up some of the greasy pastels, I can easily smear it around the whole drawing. So that's why I also think that if I give it a coat with matte medium now, I will reduce the risk of smearing it. So now I'm just gonna block in everywhere that I think I'm using this pastel before I lock it with matte medium. But it's a very easy cat. It's basically almost just a silhouette of the cat. And then just remember not to completely make the underlip totally dark. And then you can make like a hint of a leg or something here. Oh, it won't really smear. Let's see, maybe this one will. You can make a hint of a leg here, maybe, or if you want a tail, where would it go? Like maybe out here. So just hints, nothing complicated. Um, okay, I'm just gonna remove my notifications because they're blocking for chat. Hi, Janet. I am basically just monkeying around today. Okay, let's block this filler up so that I cannot make any mistakes. What I do is that it's very alive. You can remove the soft pastel, pan pastel. There's a chance that you have crumbs from the oil pastels that you can like smear out in a long streak. So to be sure that none of that is going to happen, I will come from outside and in, if it makes sense, when I'm adding the matte medium. And if I feel that my brush is looking black, it has picked up something, I will try and wipe it off. So let's see if it makes sense. So a thick coat, so I only have to do it once. That was one wipe. Can you see how I got some black residue? Just wipe it off. And then another wipe. Nothing black there. Oh, and then there was anyway. And you may wonder, oh my God, it's going to take like eons to dry. Yes, but it's okay because we're working on the rest of the drawing. And here we have the body. I don't really mind if it gets too smeared out because it's just going to be fur anyway. And you are going to see your strokes on the paper when you're done. So I just do crisscrosses of strokes. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that. And now I'm just going to give like super quickly the rest of the page. Look how much residue I actually picked up. I should have washed my brush before I did this. But now I'm just going to leave it and work around it. But I'm just coating the rest of the page in a small... Oh man, I am going to wash it. That was a lot. There was a lot of residue. I'm just going to coat the rest so that it gets that same sort of texture. But hopefully I'm going to cover it up. Oh my God, look at that. I'm making it worse. Oh my God. I picked up a lot of that black. It's coming out of the brush. But nevertheless, it dries clear, and this was actually the approach I did with the drawing I did this week. So it's going to dry clear. What to do about that? I need to come in with some acrylic, I think, to rescue this area here. Okay, I need to dig for some acrylic. Oh man, now it turned into what not to do. Hmm. Oh man, that was a stinker. I still wanted yellow, maybe with a little bit of blue in it, just a hint. have a nice dinner. Or maybe I did say that. uh, yeah, that was a mess. Okay, let's mix this up. And of course, never mix with your brush. Uh, I'm just gonna do it. That's nice. Maybe some yellow to no. Okay, no. You know what? That's nice because then we have that yellow in the cat's eye. That might even turn out to be a good. So we're just gonna give. Oh no! You know what? That's so stupid using green because what makes this cute is the green stems, right? So now I think I will try and mix in more yellow while I still can. Oh my god, I am sitting on my head today. Sorry. Yeah, oops. that was uh that was not so smart. I'm starting all over with the yellow. Okay, I'm just gonna give myself a thick layer up here and see if I can mix it in really whimsical, stylish. So it just looks like everything is under control. I meant to do that. What's running through my head right now is that I like those fur strokes down here. So I don't think that I should get too close to the kitty cat. Just hints here and there. All this just because I did not wash my brush or just simply just picked another brush, a fresh one. But looking back, I think maybe it's okay that I ended up with a painted background because I wanted to cheat and save time by using a colored page. Um, but I just kind of like that it's painted now when it can't be different. So lots of whimsical strokes. Okay, it's not bad. It's better than before. Bye, Gail. Have a nice day. Nice weekend, it's called. Okay, let me hit this with a heat gun. Okay, I'm just gonna let it sit and cool off. And while I do that, maybe I can show you guys a cute little painting that I did that I really liked a lot. Well, it's in this book. And because I was such an idiot to tape this down to my surface, but I like when it's taped down so it won't scoot around. I cannot put this book on the table. Let me see if I do like this. Look, I adore the way she turned out. It's in watercolor. I love her a lot. It's like a Victorian style. And then I first did this one, and I wanted this strict, tall, skinny lady, like the mistress of the house, like really like the ruler, the matriarch. And then afterwards, I glued on this cupid up here, and then I thought I could soften up the page by painting this very soft, whimsical kind of. Love her a lot. So that's what I've been doing this week. Oh, thank you. I love this journal. It's super big. It's not so stream friendly. But maybe I can, when I have some page spread that I'm working in, I can kind of see what kind of page spread would be stream friendly to work on a stream, and then save that, so you can see me work in that journal. Is it dry? Yeah, this is dry actually. Okay, I'm testing with my finger. Oh, okay. It's somewhat dry, but it's in particular in here dry-ish. So I can start. I really really adore Gustav Klimt's Moolings. Moolings is a word that Kathy Berg investigated for us and found out that he calls his whimsical flowers. I'm doing them with oil pastel because I like that greasy texture. It gives this kind of a painterly look. So the whole piece does not come out so flat. And look, it's just circles. The messier, the better. And then, if you can imagine, you just take a straight stem down. Whoops, then I was a bit wonky. And that's one flower. Isn't it just easy? And I did that on this one. Okay, I did a lot of crazy experiments because I wanted like a wild bouquet down here, but I actually think it looks a little bit too messy. So I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna paint in these moolings circles, and then in the end come in with all the stems. So let's see how it's gonna turn out. Okay, I have these colors. I also have another palette from Paul Rubens. Maybe they would be fun to use also because they're more like pastels. And I think I can find more of the pinkish and lavender colors than in this selection here. So let me try and have both on my desk. Okay, over here maybe. Okay, so first a yellow center because I don't know, it's just so generic, right? And then let's try one of these hysterical pastels. Oh, love it. It's like super bright. It's like very bright. And then maybe this green. Oh man. What a difference. There's like major difference between these two. I think I want to jazz this one up a little bit with a bright tune so that it will fit better. So now it's a little bit brighter. Okay, I'm gonna go crazy with these circles. And then this one here. Oh man, like it, like it. And then purple. It's like really nice. And then some of the darker value just to top it off. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. I should do that up here too. Okay, I'm just flying from the seat of my pants with the color choices. So I don't yet have like that perfect one thing that I like. But I really think that my pastels are so opaque and creamy that now I'm just gonna dare put in a stem and see if I can work on top of that. So we have a stem here. I really like those just straight boring up and down stems. Just the simplicity of it. Okay, so let me try and come in with something to see if it covers. Will it cover? What about yellow? Maybe I can make some that are like smaller, like not three ringed, just kind of smaller, like a cluster. Okay, that's cute. That's like super small. They should have like a really dark stem, I think. Oops. No, you can't really tell the stem. So let me see if I can correct that to a brighter one. Oh, there you see it. Okay, can you just see the madness? How fun this is? Is this dry? Okay, up here, not so much. I think I can work on these panels here. They would be dry. Okay, go crazy with the white pen up here. It's covered in matte medium, and you saw how thick a layer I put on it. I didn't spare it one bit. So I dare to go in and just make some dots with my Posca pen. And it doesn't really show up. Why doesn't it show up? Why is it so weak? Now I'm thinking, what could I use instead of Posca? Will pencil work? Nope. Hmm. Will a woody stick work? Oof, okay. If you have like a new color tool or woodies, it looks like it's working. I want white dots on this cat. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna try another Posca style. It's a white Sharpie. because I like that dot thing. Maybe I have a slimmer Sharpie. No. Okay, I don't have a slimmer Sharpie. What if I use black Posca? Um, no. Okay, let's just let that rest right there and see what's going on. Oh, thank you, Janet. It's a little bit crazy stream. I feel that I don't really have a plan. Let's make like big flowers of this moolah thing here. I wonder why he called his flowers that strange name. Moolings, like small clamps or something. I think a mix of the pastel and then the solid colors are giving the best result. Otherwise, it will just be like pastel into pastel. So let me try just to do that. And if I think they look a little bit strange, I can come in with the white to offset them a little bit. Okay, I like that red center. It just somehow looks fun. That's a big one. I want to make like a massive one, like a giant one. Okay, let's take maybe this greenish color and see what happens. Yeah. There's something good about that huge size. Let me quickly try and copy that. That was kind of fun. Up here, the acrylic is not that dry. Uh, okay, I'm getting into a conflict because if I use the heat gun, I think I will melt my wax crayon. I don't know if I don't try it. So let me just try softly to heat set this area up here. Oh, I didn't know that I had audio issues. I'll try and talk like really loud and clear. Maybe it will help. Oh man, that turned out white. Um okay, I need like a regular color here. And then something bluish. Okay, that was like really excessive. Let me see if I can push it back a little bit with the white. Just offsetting it so it doesn't look so painterly perfect. I find that the larger they are, the more fun for me they look, but I probably am overkilling it. Okay, now I think I need something like really like small, like a bunch of just tiny. Oof, that was that was a little bit wonky up there. Look, I can't I can't stop making them grow. Ugh. Okay, I'm just gonna take this to town. More of that yellow center that was like really likable. And then I actually do like this greenish for the center. And this one here. Oh, that's a beautiful color. Oh man. Okay, so that one and what was it? This one, these two are like really beautiful together. So if I take like a really yellow. Okay, Lena, don't put one right next to each other. I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. Oh, that's a pretty one. It's like lavenderish, like a little bit lavender. Okay, what to do here? Maybe. Oh, that was an ugly circle. Maybe something like really dark to edge it off. Is anybody counting? I have to end up with like an uneven number. Okay, down here I can still go that really beautiful color combo, which was this sea green and then this light lavender. Ooh, love it a lot. And then a little smidgen of purple, and then smear it out with the white. And then I get that was a little bit too less purplish. Oh, I really like that. It looks nice from where I'm sitting. I'm not sure that it comes out in the camera as yummy as it presents itself in my face. Oh, that's a nice pink. More of that. I have this one that's kind of reddish. What if I take like a dark blue circle before that reddish tone? Hmm, not so much a fan. Maybe if it was purple. Okay, that's a big one. And it's a messy one. Okay, maybe I should try and work in some of the stems so I kind of can collect it a little bit. Where are my stem colors here? Outside here on the yellow, I think I can go like really dark. Uh, Thinking like, okay, let me try just with this dark one here. Okay, the trick is to get the line all the way down to the level, the ground level, right? I'm counting on being able to go over this line work with more pastels so it doesn't look so crazy. No ruler, just one key down. And then this one could go like straight like this. Okay, just for the fun of it, I'm gonna put some line. Why did I pick that? That goes straight down into this one. I'm not so clever. I'm not so clever. Okay, let me just take some line work. Like it's going like off the page or something. I just want to see what it does to the drawing. Okay, I get the idea. Okay, flowers in the back and in the front. Here we got the ones in the front. Maybe one that's like overlapping here. Okay, and now for the crazy part. I think I want to do a lot of circles, like tiny, tiny circles. Okay, that was this color, and then maybe a pinkish one. And maybe this blue. Yeah, this is like making a fun noise when I lift it up. But motivate me to continue a little bit longer than necessary. But yeah, it's just likable. At some point, I need to, of course, stop making these circles. They could be like the what Splatters is doing to our mixed media pages. They kind of lighten up things. Okay, then totally white circles. Um. Oh, I love how opaque this oil pastel white is. I can cover up some of the areas where I think the stems are taking over. Just breaking it up a little bit. Now that's white. That's like really opaque. Okay, I need to somehow stop. Maybe I should stop now. Oh, it is cute. It is a little bit invisible up here, the flower, I mean. So let me see if I punch in this. That helped. Oh, I think Gustav Klimt would be so proud of me. It's like, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, let me try and peel off the. Hi, Colleen. Oh, thank you. Welcome to my stream. Hi, Caper. You're getting many pedi manicure. Lucky, lucky girl. I could need some. Okay, let me peel off the tape. I just want to see. I just want to lurk how it looks so far. We started out on a yellow piece of paper, so hopefully it will get this yellow frame. Oh, it's so cute. I like it. I like him a lot. I think he turned out really nice. Of course, it's like really fast done. So if you're doing this at home, you can be more specific with the face of the cat. This is my rendition of a real Gustav Klimt painting. So if you Google it, I bet that you will be able to see the original made out of oil, I think. Yeah, I think it was originally an oil painting. But I have to say, it's been really funny making these abstract flowers. They're so easy to do, very doodling kind of doodling. What's different between this and this is that I got some very nice fine white dots, and I like that look. So I think I'm just gonna continue that sporadically. And I'm trying to save my tip from hitting the greasy pastel because it definitely would clog it up. So I'm just trying my best to not hit the pastel. Yeah, I like that whimsical feeling of these kind of crazy flowers. I have to stop. Stop, stop, stop. Stupid. You made it back. Thank you. This one has got an all over finished coat of matte medium because it's oil pastel, but it kind of kills that fresh look. Look how fresh and painterly this looks. You can still see the chunks of heavy applied pastels. So my judgment would be that covering up the finished piece with matte medium is kind of a shame. I like that fresh look of this, but of course it leaves issues if you want to have this in a sketchbook, for instance, because it will smear off on the next page. So this is one of those cases where you have to put in a glassine piece of glassine paper as a page divider so you won't ruin your next page. Or you can do like I've seen most of oil pastel painters do when they're working in sketchbooks. They only work on one side, you know, like they just have a designated sketchbook for oil pastels, and then they choose only to work on this side. So when they flip the page, it doesn't matter that it's smear off because then this page would be blank. And then the good thing is also that if you do something that's like really cute and you want to frame it and hang it up, you can just cut out that whole page from your sketchbook. So, of course, I think Yeah, you could fixative spray it. If I should do that, I would let it rest at least the night. Oil pastels, mine are not going to set and be permanent 100%, but they will dry up and be more firm over the night. So I wouldn't fixative spray it right away. So yeah, but I really like this. Is the first time that I've been working on a colored sheet background. I usually just use white paper, but I think it's kind of fun to have that colored sheet. So yeah, this was a fun one. so, so I think I'm caught up with chat. Yeah, I don't think that there's any questions. I'm just sitting here rambling. Um, yeah, I'm just going through in my head what to show you guys. Because you know what? It's been go eat more cake. Oh my God. You I wish I could invite you girls to a cake coffee table in my house. You know why? Also because I know that you out there would appreciate my decorated fine china. You would appreciate the whole look of it. Oh man. Yes, I finished the watercolor doodle. You have to go back to the beginning. I started out the stream and finished it off, and I chose to use some fluorescent watercolors just to spike it up a little bit. And then I started that crazy modeling Klimt inspired doodle over here on this one. And this one is done with oil pastel, and this one is watercolor. So they're kind of different. But it's been the World of Watercolor Month, and what I've done is not to use any prompts. I've been wanting to do this again. It always turns out so cool. Yes, 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 yes. Oh man, the first one you did, Janet. Oh my God, the one you did that looks kind of like. Do I have an example? You did one that looked kind of like this. Oh, it looks so cool. What I did to mine was that I took stickles and gave myself this raised border, and it just kind of finished it off by because it had a frame. So I really like that frame, inside frame, where you can see some of the edge of the page. Oh, I don't know how to explain. It's like a frame with a frame and then a frame inside, but that kind of triple frame just finish it off in a fun way. I like that a lot. But I'm gonna get a journal right now that I've been working on instead of World of Watercolor Month. So hang on. This year, I just knew that I would not have time to participate in the World of Watercolor Month daily prompt list. But I also wanted to somehow touch base with my watercolors because I think it's a fun tradition to have a returning habit with my watercolors every summer. So that's the only aspect I would miss of not participating in the World of Watercolor Month thingy is that yeah, it's just you get around different kind of palettes. It's not that I have watercolor palettes that I have forgotten in my stash. I know exactly what I have. I know it sounds crazy since I have so many, but I actually know them like my little kids in my stash. So sometimes I feel that I'm neglecting some of my palettes, and by swatching them out, I know that I will re fall in love with them and their quality. So what I did this year was to think about, if I like to swatch, where did this come from? Okay, this must be over here. Okay, look, it doesn't take much to confuse me. It's like I have one extra. Maybe it's like this. Okay. It doesn't take much to confuse me. Okay, I wanted to touch base with most of my palettes like I used to when I'm doing the World of Watercolor Month. But I don't want to sit and paint every day and participate in a challenge like that. So I just chose to take this notebook here. Yeah, I love it a lot. It's like string, and I probably was enabled by either Colleen, Kathy Berg, or Dee Dee, or even you, Janet, because it was just a thing, with these leather bound books for a while. And I have a section, it's divided into five signatures. Yeah, five signatures. And I thought, why don't I just take a signature and devote it to this year's World of Watercolor Month and swatch? And surprise, surprise, I actually filled out a whole signature. That's how many watercolor palettes I apparently have. But some of them are spread out in 2 pages. Like this is the shimmery palette on white paper and the shimmery palette on black paper. And then this is just notes. And then I just started the first of this month with my Pretty Excellent. And I did not take my palette in a specific order, like the ones I liked the most. I just took random pick. And I swatched out the palette. And then I just did an illustration, and there happened to be a parrot on the palette logo of this palette, so that's why it ended up being a parrot. And then I took my Nila Colori from my Italian handmade watercolors while I was watching Tour de France. And then I immediately could see, okay, guys, look, this is ink based watercolors. This is pure handmade pigment, earth based watercolors. Can you just see a huge difference? Yeah, so that made me continue the process because then I could visually see that, okay, there is a big difference. So I did my Mission Gold palette, the beautiful, beautiful wooden case that Janet M. Young created herself. I mean, isn't it just lovely? Very, very good quality. So also you can just flip back and review. I mean, you can see pigments, the way they are behaving differently than ink based. And that was about the time with that Titan implosion happened. So it is a little bit morbid to draw a drawing about the poor people who died in this submerge thingy. But you know what? It took so much of my time. I was following it like a thriller every day. There was news about, and I imagined these poor people because at first, the first couple of 3 or 4 days, we all thought that they were still alive and might run out of oxygen. So I had a very vivid imagination. So I went through in my head like different scenarios, like, oh my God, can you imagine being stuck in a tube with four other people? I mean, yeah. So a lot of thought went through my head. So I don't think that it's morbid to sketch about it, even though I know that some people would find that a bit strange. This is a flip palette with some Paul Rubens flower tube set. This is Winsor & Newton. The art is great, and then I have here Winsor Newton Cotman. Guys, can you see how Cotman performs a little bit worse than the artist great Winsor Newton? I can. I can. Yeah. Now I can suddenly visually see the difference between the two things, you know. Okay, here we me and my hubby, we went out twice this month hunting the moon. We had that significant orange bloody moon. So that was one of our night trips. And this is Van Gogh. And then that day we had this guy coming in to clean our chimney, and it was pouring down. So I felt so sorry for the guy. Had to work outside. Uh, let's see. This is Sennelier, and I really love this palette. Um, I yeah, I don't even know what to say, but it's just when I was swatching it, it was one of those palette where I like fall in love once again with the brand. So it kind of took it the back seat of my stash. And this is M Graham colors, and they're like really similar to Sennelier in the way they express themselves. And this is Daniel Smith mixed with Schminke. Also, my favorite. Also because this is the fun palette because there's a lot of granulation. There's like shimmer built in, you know, that violet shade. Um, um, I don't even know the names of them. I have it a big poster on my wall. What is the one that I'm thinking about? You know, there's just kyanite blue that got like shimmer in it. Where is it on this one? Here. It's very sedued, but that's the only paint I have that got like this that extra thing. So that's a fun palette. This is the White Knight, and that's when we got that orange moon. Looks like, yeah, totally like I painted it like an orange on the sky. And this is Paul Rubens. It's an iridescent paint where they have added in some shimmer, and I think you can actually see it. Yeah. And then Lindsay, the frugal crafter, she's kickstarted her World of Watercolor month by drawing a raspberry, and I think that was one of the prompt. She's the ambassador of the whole event this year. So I just yeah, did a raspberry just like she did. This is my newest Art Nouveau, and this is the first time that I used it for something that's not Art Nouveau-ish. So it's fun to see that the palette can also do that, because when I just look at the swatch card, I think it's so beige, neutral, like not so much contrast. So yeah, it's just surprising that with the same palette you can draw this very bright sunset. Um, oh, you planted a rose? That's good. This is two sets of Paul Rubens. One is the first pink palette we had, that pink metal palette, and this is a tube set called the Flower tube set. And I swatched these two next to each other because then it's easier for me to see where I have overlapping colors. And it's fun to think about that a designer at the factory had to sit down and design this tube set with this already existing and launched palette. So I can kind of tell how he looked at this opera rose and thought that he needed a more transparent pink. You know, you can kind of tell that this is a very potent orange, so he went for a more Chinese orange here. You know, you can kind of follow the mindset, and all the earth tones here are more usable than just the four earth tones in the metal set. Yeah, I'm just rambling, blah, blah, blah. This is a birthday palette that I gave myself with all the new released Van Gogh paints. And for the one who remember, I do have a traditional 24 Van Gogh palette, and I used it a bunch. So instead of replacing some of these that had hit pan. I bought the new colors, and some of them are like the dusk colors that granulates. So yeah, it's just fun to see how boring the palette look when it's swatched out, but when I have it in my hand, I feel that this page right here is super useful for doing nature things. Isn't it crazy how a swatch can look super boring, but actually is handy? And this is a Creative Co. inspired page because I was swatching out the Royal Langnico palette. Here we got the Pagos, and you can say what you want about Pagos. Yeah. They're like craft paint, student paint, but oh man, do they work nice on a piece of page like this? Like this is not watercolor page paper. Like it's not like cotton or something fancy, but damn, look how bright these inexpensive paint come off. The expression is just surprisingly good. And this is the Prima confection. And of course, I backed it up with the Jane Davenport because they supposedly come out of the same factory. This is the Graphitint. This is my core palette, and it's a little bit muted. And I think it's because of the paper quality, because usually core is not so muted. It's more like super bright. And this is a German brand called Pelican, one of the pancakes. Yeah, the pan is shaped like a circle, and they call that a cake, but I'm not sure they call it a pancake. This is the Arteza, and I should grab that as my summer palette. Lots of gouache kind of animal, it reminds me so much of gouache because there's so much white filler in it. So, and that's the last one. That's the fluorescent Paul Rubens tube set. Does not look so fluorescent when I see it on the screen, but in real life, you can get a headache of just looking at these colors right here. Yeah, but that was I've been wasting my time with while I'm watching Tour de France, and that's my tribute to the World of Watercolor Month 2023, is that I did revisit all my palettes. I have not counted them. No, I dare not. I have too much paint, I know. I justify it by saying that they are fun to buy, and some of them I think I've used all of them, but some of them I have really loved for a long time. So I don't feel that I have wasted my money buying duplicates, because let's just be honest. If I show this to a guy on the street, he would say like, "Why you have so many duplicates of the same orange, the same red, the same green?" But if you have painted for a while, you can really tell that minute difference. I mean that there is a difference. So yeah, and I think it just also makes me curious, when I see people swatch out new watercolors. Like I've never tried the Holbein watercolors. So if I watch a review of Holbein, I would feel intrigued to buy it and try it. So we all have too much paint. Don't even feel bad. At least you're not buying shoes or crack. That's right. Oh my God, it's already 8 o'clock. I think we all have to take the bus over to Barb Over now. She starts streaming now. Thank you so much, guys, for spending time with me on this Friday. I love you all. So hopefully see you next Friday. And I'll think about how to work in my big, lovely journal so we can enjoy a stream of that. Have a nice weekend and see you all on YouTube. Bye bye. Okay, and then I can't find the button. Here it is. I'm ending. Bye bye.